Hello, everybody. I just got in from watching Justice League, and I will say this, and this is probably going to shock some people, piss some people off. If Star Wars: The Last Jedi was not releasing this year, Justice League would be my movie of the year. It's that good. Go see it. Ignore the stupid, ignorant press. Ignore the hyperbolic fanboys who don't like certain directors, or don't like certain art directions, or don't like certain scripts. Go see Justice League. It is quite possibly the best superhero movie you could go see. And I'm going to explain why. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers. Because all of their heroes are superhuman, they seem to lack some sort of human element. With the glaring, exclusion to that might be Captain America, who I think has been the only Avenger that has a grounded, realistic backstory, existing story. His conflict with the Avengers makes sense. That being said, Marvel has fallen into a rut under Disney. Everything that they do is formulaic. It is unrelatable. To me, Thor Ragnarok suffered immensely from the Guardian of the Galaxy's treatment that Marvel gave it. I don't want to detract from the director. The director would be great making a Tron movie, would be great making a Power Rangers movie for all that. Thor Ragnarok was bubblegum. Justice League is a well-cooked steak. It's that good. I'm going to go further. With Marvel movies, and specifically the Avengers, they rest on a conflict between two core heroes, Captain America and Tony Stark, Iron Man. Justice League works more like a cohesive team. They share things in common. The interaction seems more human, more grounded, more based. It's better scripted. There's no forced humor. The humor in Justice League was needed. Batman vs. Superman for some people was unusually dark. I can understand their reasoning, but these are the same people that probably went and saw Logan, which is quite possibly the darkest Marvel movie you'll ever go see. Justice League is the first superhero movie to make me cry, and when you go see it, you'll probably understand why. The way they set up scenarios was amazing. Could the movie have been longer? I'll go out there and say, yes, I hope to God there is an extended director's cut. Other issues. People were bantering on and on about Superman's digital mustache removal. If I wasn't going in looking for it, I never would have seen it. It's a stupid distraction thing people bring up. I barely noticed it. I maybe noticed it once in the beginning of the film. At some point in the film, actually it was the beginning of the film in a flashback. It didn't bother me. I wasn't looking for it afterwards. In fact, I don't even think it was there, honestly. I mean, they say it's there, but I didn't see it. Other things. Steppenwolf as an enemy was more of a vehicle for the team. For what it's going to set up, especially with what's in the post-credits. Stay and see the post-credits, please. Steppenwolf was it's a trope kind of villain. It was a necessary vehicle to set things up. That needs to be said. CGI. I don't think the CGI was overprevalent, and I'll say this, I didn't see the clash between the two directors, to be honest with you. It makes me wonder how much of the movie was finished by the time Joss Whedon got involved. Was it super stellar CGI? No. It served its purpose. And let's be honest, anybody going to a movie to specifically nitpick CGI when there are so many other elements of a movie that make it much more important than just CGI, you're shortchanging yourself, because Justice League is a great movie. Other people are talking about the domestic box office, the gross box office for the weekend. The tallied numbers are in. Justice League combined domestic and international gross has hit $287 million. So it's made its money. It's done well for DC. I hope to God this means we're going to get more DC movies, that we're going to get a Justice League sequel, or at least Superman 2. Trying to think, what else do I need to bring up besides go see this movie? Seriously, people, go see Justice League. It's a great movie. Trying to think, is there anything else that I'm forgetting? I mean, there were such, flaky criticisms of the film that there's really not much to nitpick. The writing is great, the directing is great. I don't see a clash. It's not like it's a two-part film where one part is Zack Snyder and one part is Joss Whedon. Whatever they did to merge the two, it works. It works. It's an amazingly great movie. They also give a subtle potential write-out for Ben Affleck. If he's serious about... If the rumors that you hear are serious about him not being Batman anymore, they give him an out. They give him an out. If you're a fan of comics and you understand how the Justice League goes on, there is an out for him. I will say this, though. Ben Affleck is the only person that I have enjoyed as Batman. And it's because he comes off the way you would expect an entitled millionaire playboy to be. He's arrogant. He throws his money around. He throws his influence around. Even though he views himself as a strict good guy, he's not your stereotypical superhero, and he plays the role really well. He's not aged out. As an actor, he's not aged out for the part, but they do a great job of conveying that he is a human being. He doesn't have superpowers. He has his limits. One of the things he brings up, and it's an interesting way of playing it. That he wants Wonder Woman to succeed him, to be a leader, to come out of the shadows, to have a more prominent role in keeping good alive and keeping good in the public. It's such a great way to set up Wonder Woman 2, to set up Superman 2, to set up another Justice League or Justice League vs. something else movie. Like I said, please stay to the end credits. You're doing yourself a lot of disjustice if you don't. And I know I repeated this 100 times, but please, go see Justice League. Reward good movies. Don't just go see movies based on loyalty to a franchise, to a certain director or studio. Please do yourself a favor. If you want to have an alternative to the fluffy, campy, bubblegum direction that Marvel is headed because it's under the Disney umbrella and they're scared to do anything adult, go see Justice League. Support the movie. Give Warner Brothers incentive to keep specific directors in the fold, to keep them paid and interested in continuing the DC franchise in movies, because we need this. We need an alternative to the horrendously childish direction that Marvel is being dragged into. Whether it's voluntary or not, who knows, but it's become campy. I think it's become campy, and I was a huge hero of the first Avengers movie, the first Captain America movie. I see Disney taking the franchise in a direction that's childish, to sell merchandise and to sell DVDs and sell VODs and all that shit. Please, support DC, support Warner Brothers, go see Justice League.